Unfiltered. Let's go. Red lips on, lights down low. We don't hide, let the realness show. Every chica got a fire inside. Tonight's the night, no compromise. Ooh, corazón, feel the rhythm take control. Sisters rising, breaking chains, unstoppable. Chicas, chicas, unfiltered. Dance it out, let the world get lifted. Chicas, unfiltered. No mask, no fear, we're gifted. Hands high, corazón, let's ride. Queens of the night, can't hide this vibe. Lip gloss, tequila shots, we laugh, we cry. Turning heartbreaks into battle cries. Glow so fierce, we set the tone. Unapologetic, we own the throne. Dale, dale, move your body. Sisters rising, nobody can stop me. Chicas unfiltered, raw y bonita. Power y fuego, nuestra vida. Chicas, chicas. Chicas unfiltered. Turn it up, let the soul get lifted. Chicas unfiltered. Yeah. Unstoppable queen, so gifted. This is our time, our story to write. Together we ride, together we shine tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, hey. I hope you are dancing in your seat. There's no way around it. You hear that song, you just got to move. So, welcome back to another episode of Chicas Unfiltered, where lipstick, love, and life lessons collide. How are we doing this evening? This one, guys, we're going there. We are going all in. This is actually our last episode of 2025, if you can believe it. We are a bi-weekly show. So next time you see us, we will be celebrating in 2026. And that is just really hard to believe. So happy holidays. Thanks for being here. Be sure to share this out and stick around so that you can learn how you can be eligible to win a $5 gift card to Besitos Beauty. All right, so as we get started tonight, we've got a great lineup that is joining us. I'm going to first bring on my co-host, Miss Yara Ortiz. We'll say hello to her.
Hi.
Hi. Hola. Why don't you tell people where you're tuning in from and just a little bit about yourself for a minute?
Sure. So I am in the Carolinas. I am originally from New York City, Puerto Rican born. I am the owner of BCS and founder of Money Moves, and I am your money girl.
And you're also a show host of your own on Prosperity TV Network, Badass Mama Move. So you guys got to check that out. All right, we're going to bring up our next guest tonight, who is back for another episode because we had so much fun with her last time. We've got Miss Jessica Montalvo. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so glad that you can be here. Why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself, what you do, your business?
Sure. Born and raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Go Hoosiers. I am owner, founder, and CEO of Flairwear Boutique. And also, I am an academic advisor for Purdue University.
Nice. Well, welcome. I can't wait to dive into some conversation tonight. And we have a new guest joining us tonight who we're excited to have. She's been involved in so many things that we have going on through Besitos Beauty, Crowned by Faith, all the things that I do over here. And so let's welcome Miss Christina Moreno to the stage. Hello, Christina. How are you?
So excited to be here.
I'm so glad to have you join us. Why don't you
What an honor.
Yeah, why don't you tell people where you're tuning in from and a little bit about yourself?
I'm from New Braunfels, Texas. I've only been here for maybe off and on for the last 3 years. I do have a home in California, but that's another story for another time. But right now I'm in New Braunfels. And I am in the health and wellness industry, getting ready to be certified nutrition and hormone coach. And I like to bring women on alongside of me and teach them all about, the change of life and the things that happen to them. And I just want to, just support them wherever they are.
Love
And
it.
I also
Love it.
have Nueva products.
Love it. That's awesome that's important work that we all need, especially when we hit like 50 and our body just seems to know it hit 50.
Yes, yes.
Oh, and goodness. And so I realized I did not plug my laptop in. So I got Energy Saver on. So what I'm going to do, guys, is Yada. I'm gonna let you take the lead for a minute so I can plug my laptop in. And why don't you just kind of let people know, with this being our final episode of 2025, talking about the comeback stories and what we're doing with the show today. Why don't you kind of just like lead them into that while I fix myself up here real quick?
Well, thank God I have the ladies who can help me with this. So yes, we are talking tonight about some highlights that we had this year. Any survival situations that we had this year, growth that had taught us about growth, moments that we never see coming, and how it did it teach us and shaped us, and made us reflect going now into 2026. So it's going to be a pretty heavy conversation, but powerful as well.
I love that. Look at you, co-host.
Hey,
Hey, I love that. No, thank you. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my gosh, my laptop's gonna like die. That's not good. So who do we have tuning in here tonight? We've got the Silent Fight. We've got Mari Olivas Guzman joining in. So hello. At any time, guys, that you guys have questions, let us know. But we're going to tonight get into some conversation to reflect back on this year. And we are real and raw here. We're not perfect and we're not polished. We kind of just let it roll. But we want to talk about some comeback stories. And so I'm all about being the comeback queen. You guys know that. And one of the questions that I want each of us to have time to answer, and really anybody that is tuning in to be able to ask questions of each of us, is what is one of the hardest lessons of 2025 that you feel you had to face? And it can be anything. It can be in business, it can be personal, it can be in relationships, it can really be anything. But I think it's important for people to see that as comeback queens, we can still go through it, but we can still show up. So who wants to go first on that one?
I'll go.
Okay.
Well, for me, I think 2025 started off. I didn't think I was going to recover from 2025. I started off, I got laid off of my job. The social marketing company I was working with, after I got laid off, 4 months later, closed down, shut their doors overnight. No one knew the day the commissions were due. And I thought, what is going on? I can't do this. So I went through a little bit of depression. I was, overweight. I didn't like myself. I didn't feel like I was worth anything. My job was outsourced. My corporate job was outsourced to another country. So, and I had to go to that other country to even to train them. And I thought, well, maybe by volunteering to do that, I would, be able to stay somewhere in the company, but I wasn't. So just not, being unemployed, feeling that, I'm 61. Who wants to hire a 61-year-old? But, God has a way of showing us right where we need him at the very time, at the very moment. My social marketing company that closed down, 3 days later, our upline decided they're going to start their own business because I looked everywhere. People were offering me jobs at their companies, or, to become a social marketer at their companies. And I looked at the compensation plan. I looked at their product, nothing. I mean, I spent the whole weekend, because this happened on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I didn't do anything. I spent the whole weekend trying to see where I was going to go next, because I knew I
Wow.
had to do something while I was looking for work. And 3 days later, the owners opened up a new company, and it's been awesome since then. So when God closes one door, yes, he opens another door, and he has the blessing is beyond my comprehension. Like, I don't even know how I ended up where I did.
I love
And
that.
things
I
started
love that.
changing. Yeah, it
So
was good.
that's like a prime example of when you think of going into a new year, right? Because we're approaching a new year,
Yes.
but going into 2025, I mean, those are things you don't prepare for, you don't plan for, you don't expect. And so that's a total journey of just resilience. You just pick yourself up and you figure it out and you keep going. Wow. Wow. Amazing. So we'll circle back to that here in a little bit. Jessica, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So I think for me, it was kind of along the lines of what Christina said. It's that is trying to feel worthy,
Yeah.
and then so kind of to back up a little bit, I had made a decision in 2023, and I thought that the decision that I made was going to be beneficial for everyone that was involved. And then it kind of backfired. So I have been trying to pick myself back up since 2023. 2024 was a decent year. It was really good because that's when I went full time with my small business. And but then when 2025 came along, there's been a lot of strain, I would say, that has been put on my small business. It was a significant enough strain for me to then kind of be on like high alert to try to find a supplemental position so to be able to, for us to be able to live. So that was when I started my own job search. And I had been in the field of education my entire career. But then when I became a mom, single mom, that's kind of where I've kind of been, just trying to figure out life and, what path I need to take. I couldn't keep up with the positions that I held in the past. So I had to pivot my life, and I love it because I'm doing things that I never had the courage to do before. But then when 2025 came along, I just had a new. I had to figure things out. I had a new perspective that I needed to take, and so as a result of that, I then got back into the the 8 to 5 grind. So it's just. I think for me, trying to reflect on my life and where it's taken me up until this point, it is trying to feel worthy of all of the good that I know is coming, and accepting it for for everything that it is, and to really like just live in gratitude for everything that I do have, and every person and relationship that I've been able to develop, as a result of the decisions that I've made and the consequences of those decisions.
Yeah, and gratitude, like that's key. Like that says it all. So we'll come back to that point right there. What about you, Yada?
Yeah, I think we kind of all on the same line, right? Because when I came into 2025, I came in broken, you know, emotionally broken, confused, angry, grief, with grief. And I had to really let myself feel the anger, feel the grief without judging it, if that makes sense, because with grief, I had to grieve losses and relationships and even parts of myself that didn't make it in this season because of expectations I put my own self. Anger because of my losses, because of many unanswered questions, and because of the many coulda, shoulda, woulda
Mm-hmm.
things that we go through and replay in our heads, looking back. But one, you have to really realize that you cannot be angry or judge the past with what you know now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because obviously you didn't know then what you know now today. So how you could have, should have, would have done this or that, or said this and that, or reacted this way or the other way if you didn't know.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Yeah.
So I had to really sit and reflect and have conversations, many conversations with God about everything that was going on here and even physically, and accept that it is His plan. It is His plan. It is His time and period. I cannot go against that.
Mm-hmm.
As hard as it is, and it was, right, to really go through the emotions and the flows and stuff like that. I had to really that, in my grief and in my anger, I grew actually,
Mm-hmm.
because you do, whether you realize it or not,
Yeah.
I've grown personally, I've grown professionally, and most definitely spiritually, because I was really holding to him. I was like, oh, please don't let me go. And my relationship, I kind of slid on my seat too. And my relationship with God and connection with Him has definitely grown because all of the many conversations and just really leaning and depending on Him. And yes, it still hurts. I still go through my emotions and the motions of everything, but it's all part of it. It's
It's all
it's
part
all
of it.
part of His plan, and you know
Yeah.
He's got me.
Yeah. And, you bring up a good point because there's a line that we have here that says, what broke me a little, but built me a lot. And I think that says a lot. When we, what you're mentioning there is what I totally thrive and live by. And it is that surrender moment. It is to me, that surrender moment, I mean, that's why we've made a whole book series and events out of Surrender to Rise, is because to me, the moment that we accept that we have zero power and control over anything, think about it. We don't even have control of when we take our last breath.
Mhm.
When all of this is done, when we truly realize that we have zero control and power, and we give it all to God and just let it go. That, to me, that surrender moment is the moment we truly gain our power, because we know the source and we know where it comes from. So throughout this past year, you and I have had a chance to really get a lot closer on things. And it seems like, as tough as it gets, and as difficult and lonely and scary and hard and like all the things, we know we're going to be okay, because
Mhm.
our faith has grown,
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing. So for me, I would say one of my hardest lessons this year, and it's a pretty big one, is that you all know, if I get an idea, I'm doing it. That's no secret. Like, that's no
Mhm.
secret. If I'm doing it. And one of the lessons that God shared with me that is now has brought everything full circle is staying in alignment. When He says you don't need to start over, because I was like, wait, I got to what? I have to do this, I have to do that. He's like, you don't need to start over, but you do need to start in alignment. And so that's why we have Crowned by Faith, Prospera TV Network, all of that this year. But it was because sometimes you do have to let go of control. And and I don't think there's anything wrong. And you guys can answer this from your perspective. I'm an action taker. I feel like for me, there's no way that I can learn unless I do something and then collect the data from it to then actually know, do I continue doing it? What do I do differently? But I won't know if I don't take action. I know that there are some people who don't take action until they try to have all the pieces figured out. But that's not my method. What is your guys' take just on that question alone? Are you an action taker first, or do you try to do everything up front before taking action?
I could go. I think that I'm a little bit of both. Like I just go for it. I do a little planning based on the idea that comes to my mind. Because you know me, I'm a planner. But I go for it. Like I just don't stay stuck. You know, so a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. What about you guys?
Yeah, I it's all about trial and error for me. And then you find, you know, what works best, or at least shows you that there's movement to it. And yeah, if I am a go-getter, like you can't get me to sit still at all. So I'm constantly, you know, like using my hands, you know, to make and create and everything. So yeah, if I don't have trial and error, then I'll never know. And then I'm always curious. I've always been a curious person. So and I'll always, you know, try to do something and see how it works.
I love that. What about you, Christina?
You know what? I'm always scared that the results, like if I have an idea, I'm always scared if I do it this way, which, you know, I always want to know what's going to be on the other side. So I'm kind of I kind of hold back more, and then when I finally do it, I'm like, I should have done it earlier. I should have done it, you know, and I do that all the time. Next time I'm not going to do that, and I still do it. Oh, but what if I need to just do it? And I'm learning. I'm learning because I'm growing.
Well,
because I'm learning.
I will bring it to you this way. You're in our tribe now, so you're going to be doing it. Like,
I hope so.
Oh, yes, you will, Christina. Trust me, you will, Christina.
I want to. That's why I'm following Elena so closely.
I need a new shirt that says, "Let's try it. See what happens."
Yeah.
It's funny because sometimes Elena messaged me like, I got an idea, but it's still marinating. Okay, I'm in. But later on, I was like, wait, what is it? What was it?
Well, like today, she did it to me. Like, Christina, are you available? I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything else. I come home and I'm home. She's like, are you available to do this? I said, well, I'm available, but what is it?
I'm like, just
and I didn't have time to think about it. I was too busy to even think about it. So thank you, Elena, for pushing me. I need that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I love that. We've got Nikki on here. Hola, Nikki. Nikki was the winner of our $5 Besitos gift card from the last show. So welcome back, Nikki. And she says, just do it has been the theme closing out 2025. Let's go. Let's just do it. So as we move into, you know, kind of looking at the lessons, picking up those pieces, you know, I think it's clear there's always some common element. And when you look here, we've all been that single mama, or we've all done it on our own, or we're doing it on our own right now. But finances are tough. You know, juggling home, work, business, all the things, like it's just tough. So surrounding yourself with the community. If you guys haven't joined Yada's Badass Mama Moves, I think that you guys should, because we're all badass mamas. Put it that way.
Period.
And we need each other. Like, this is why we do things like this. Like, you know,
Mhm.
whether we got stalkers or not, we just do things like this.
Everybody needs a community.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So let's move into, we talked about like one thing that was difficult. What was one best surprise that happened to you this year? Like, as you're looking back from the start of 2025, no matter how difficult or how bleak or, you know, how uphill everything seemed to be, what was one thing that was awesome that really surprised you this year? Now, who wants to go first on that one? Don't everybody jump.
Not everyone at the same time, please.
I'll go.
Let me go.
I'm an introvert by nature. So that's one of the things that holds me back, you know, is that I think, you know, because I'm an introvert, that holds me back. And I'm learning to just, you know, be upfront. I'm learning to come out of that. And because I know that, I work harder at that.
Mhm.
But one of the things I want to say about where I feel it was the best thing is that all the years I was with that company that closed down for 4 years. I had just finished my 4 years in January, and they closed in April. But never in the first month that we had product, because we didn't have product when we opened the new company. We were just getting people to sign on, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because we're going to have a great product that's going to be amazing, and we all followed. We all trusted these leaders because we know who they were. We knew that they were going to come back and come back stronger. Well, all the years that I was with that company, I never made what I made in my first month with this company.
Wow.
And
Wow.
but I was on it. Like,
Mhm.
I told myself, you know, yes, you're an introvert, but you're going to go live every day. You're going to, you know, promote these products. You're going to do it. And this is the year that I finally got out of my comfort zone and just did it. I did do that part, and I did. And I'm proud of myself because I never thought I could do it. I never thought I could make that much money in 1 month. I
Well,
mean, I was
awesome.
struggling. And
Yeah.
so, by doing that, I thought, man, I can do this.
Mhm.
And that really showed me that I can, and I'm going to keep going.
Congratulations. That's a best surprise of the year. You took something that could have been very an excuse, really. It could have been easy to just sit on that excuse, and you totally changed it around, and look at the benefit, the blessing that is coming through of that. So congratulations on that.
That is
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah. What about you guys? Yada, Jessica?
So I know for sure that I've gotten bolder this year, to be honest, because I am also somewhat an introvert, um, uh, and somewhat an extrovert, depending with where I'm at, with who I'm not. Um, but definitely realizing that I didn't lose myself into, this year the way I went into the year, because I thought really that I was not going to really make it emotionally. But instead, actually, as I shared a little bit before, I actually found myself, I was able to really learn even more about myself, and, you know, slowing down, a little bit at the same time, because I'm always in go mode and not really giving myself space to kind of like woosah a little bit here and there, and just having more conversations with God, whether it were, even uncomfortable conversations.
Mhm.
It's been a little bit of everything this year, right? A lot of personal growth, a lot of professional growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth. And I felt alone many times,
Mhm.
but even in that loneliness, you know, I know that I was not alone.
Yeah.
So even in that loneliness, I was like, something was happening. So it was great. And the vision that I have for 2026 is actually, I'm excited about it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Me too. Me too. Is it on your focus board?
well, I'm actually working.
I know one square that's filled.
I know. That's why I went like that, because I know you know. But anyway, well, I was gonna, you see, you made me excited. I got excited. I'm actually working on it. I haven't put it together yet. But
Good.
yeah,
Good.
it's all going to be in that focus board.
I love it. For anybody that's tuning in and is like, what's a focus board? For me, like my brain, I can't handle too many things. Like I'm not a fan of multitasking, and I get on sensory overload very easily. And back in 2019, when I literally lost everything and I knew I had to rebuild, I needed something that was simple and clean, but captured everything that I needed, and that I could focus on daily for like my whole year, so that I wouldn't get like squirrel, sidetrack. And that system has worked for me since 2019. It's how I've built so much. And so as I've taught the workshop and stuff over the years, those that have joined, they now have their focus board. So that's what Yada and I are talking about. Jessica, I think you did the workshop one year too. So
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, you did.
So what about you, Jessica? What's been your best surprise of the year?
Yeah, so I think it's been just rediscovering my power and my voice, and healing certain aspects of my life experience and the journey, with the relationships that I've built, the past, several years, especially men relationships with men. I have two really good friends, that we work on projects together, and I really appreciate them, and I've learned how to like express love and gratitude for having these certain people in my life, to with them unknowingly, being part of my healing process, and being able to have open and honest conversations with the people that I do interact with, and then finding my voice. It was I've been in a career for my whole life in education, and I recently started my position, with Purdue, and it's always been like this, like an interaction with people underestimating me and underestimating, like my knowledge and my expertise. And, so I've used my voice to kind of, just assert people.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. In a way that is productive, but also for them to be aware that I won't take crap. I'm like developing that, badassery.
I love that. Badass mama move. There it is again. Badass mama move. No, that is awesome. Those are great things. For me, I would say one of the surprises for me was I had no clue that there was another book, a personal project. Like I had no idea that Crown by Faith Collective was going to become what it has. That is a huge surprise. And it started as a joke. So for anybody that doesn't know that little bit of a story, I was at the lake with some of my cousins. We had a family girls trip in July, and I was making a joke about, girl, I need to write Broken Stronger 2.0, like nobody. And when God said, nope, you're done with that, Crown by Faith. And now we've got so much happening through Crown by Faith. And so to me, that's just a huge surprise. But the bigger surprise through it is truly the healing that I needed to still do, and how I am in alignment. There is like such a peace that is over me now. And I'm like, this is what I've been working towards for the past 7 years. Wow. And when you feel it, and that's where we are. So that's a total surprise. I had no clue that was coming. So I love that. But one of the things I want to mention when we talked about introvert and extrovert, because many of you would be surprised to know I'm extremely introverted. I absolutely am an introvert. If you were to meet me in person in a social setting, except, and this goes for everyone, whether you're consider yourself an introvert or not, becomes extroverted when they are in their zone of genius or when they are talking about the very thing they are passionate about. When you create your work and your environment around those aspects, nobody can shut you up. nobody can make baby sit in the corner. Like, it's the true essence of who you are. And when you're in that space, even the introverts come out of their shell. You guys know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Nikki says, I feel you. Yep. So that's just, so for my fellow introverts out there, keep digging, because once you tap into that thing that you are extremely passionate about, you're not going to recognize yourself in certain areas. It's just amazing. So I want to hear, we got Mari on here, we got Nikki on here. What was like one of the biggest surprises of the year for you guys, or for whoever's tuning in? We got some people tuning in here, so don't be stalkers tonight.
At least say hi in the comments.
At least say hi in the comments. Oh, and we got one just clicked off. They're like, she can see me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, tell us, like, what's one thing that you are excited. Now, one more question that we'll go around the table, and then we'll do our product spotlight. But what is one thing that you are committed to leaving behind in 2025 as you step into a new year? So I guess we'll just go around the table. Christina, do you want to go on that one? What's one thing that you are just looking to just leave behind you, and as you step into a new year?
Well, I'm really not sure if there's one particular thing, but I know that one of the things that I've been dealing with is that I'm struggling right now because I was used to making my corporate company, the money from there, and I had medical insurance, I had all the things that come with a when you're helping somebody else build their company, right? Yeah. Because that's what you do when you work for corporate America. But I'm really torn between, I really just want to leave that behind and not go back to it and try to make this work for me. And then I think, well, I need it for just a short time right now, because I only had, when I got laid off, I only had, 3 years more before I could retire with full benefits. And well, I do still have my flight benefits, but, just to be able to go into, Social Security and retire, and then get into my retirement. And so I just want to leave it behind. But every so often I think, but if I go back to it, then everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. But then I think, well, if I work hard doing what I'm doing, and then, really building that, I can make twice what I made there and, figure out the rest. But I'm having a hard time trying to, like, it keeps coming up. Yes, I want to leave it behind. I don't want to go back to it. I don't want to even think about it, but it keeps creeping up. Like, people will call me and say, there's a job opening coming. And then I think, do I want to take that job? Do I want to go back to corporate America. I really don't. But if it's going to get me over, to where I want to be, or I could just build this and work harder. I think just working harder would be the ideal thing. But that's what I want to just leave behind, that I did it. I'm not going back to it. But in my head, I keep thinking, the other.
Yep. Then,
That's
we got a board to fill in on your focus board next. No, you do. You bring up a really great point. What about you, Yada?
Yes, I need to leave behind the trying to carry things that are not for me to carry, and not to put expectations on myself that will cost me my peace or my health. It's great to have goals and set goals and plans and have a vision, but not at the price of your mental or physical or health overall. So yes, I have my plans. I have my goals for next year, and I'll definitely do my part to work on it and towards it. But it's just letting God lead the way. Leaving behind the need to have to control everything, and choosing to trust God and let Him do His thing. Because as I've been pretty much on my own since my early, like 18, early 20s, even before 20s. So I'm always been in charge and in control and doing things. So it's like it's in me. And now as a single mom, it's definitely is in me. But I just need to just leave behind that need of control and just trust God. And that's actually my word for 2026. Trust.
Trust. I love that. I love that. Well, now that I know that, every day, just trust, let go, let God, so that's good to
Yes.
know. What about you, Jessica?
Fear. So I never used to have that issue. Like I was, in my career and everything, but it was, I would travel by myself, would go to different, like places all over the United States, and I would go to Puerto Rico. I mean, I loved doing that. And I was never afraid. And then I became a mom. So I think that's where, even, and then understanding the circumstances and everything, and learning what it is to be a single mother, and in every sense of the word, like no child support, no nothing. So I think it was so much all at one time that I overthink. And I mean, I want to leave fear behind, because at the end of the day, we were fine. Everything was okay. We still had a roof over our heads, and I was doing everything that I needed to do in order for us to be okay. So maybe in addition to that is trust myself more. I need to let fear go, and it'll be a natural, progression for me to trust myself, and of course, trust God.
Yeah.
Of course. I think that's also something that, I've really leaned into. I mean, I always have, but this year especially, it's just, I know I am where I'm supposed to be. And I know I'm, in the position that I'm in now. It's because God willed it. That I know where I'm supposed to be, where I'm at.
I love that. And that's the amazing thing with that level of trust and faith in God. No matter how bad things get, you still know that even in the moment that it sucks, something good will come out of it, that there is a reason or a purpose behind where you are right now. And it doesn't mean that it feels good, and it doesn't mean that you have to like it, but there's that knowing that this too will serve a good purpose someday. And for some of us, it takes longer for that someday to get here than we'd like. So one thing One thing. First, I feel like I have feedback. Nikki says the biggest surprise for her was bringing Me versus Me to New York City Jumbotron. Awesome. And anthology sharing 10 stories of the journey of overcoming self-sabotage. That is so beautiful. It wasn't the original plan, but that was God moving. Absolutely. Congratulations on that. That's like, oh, and speaking of Nikki, I have a package I need to open that I got. So I will probably do that tomorrow. I'll unbox it on a live. So one thing that I think I'm going to leave behind in 2025 is what I realize is I always feel like I have to put others first. Like I will compromise and sacrifice things for myself to make sure that other people are good, like right now, right there. And it's not always convenient. It steals my sleep. Sometimes it causes me stress, and I'm just not going to do that no more. I'm leaving that piece behind. And I've already kind of started. So I think I'm on a good track for 2026 of making sure it stays in alignment with where I am for that day. And if it's going to throw me out of alignment, then it's not going to happen right then. And so that I think is one of the things for me. Mari says, I need to let go of family members and love them from afar. That's a huge point, because no matter what I do, I will never change them or their way of thinking, their way or no way. You bring up a huge point, and I just kind of shared something about that with my Prospera Superstars. Your closest peeps are not your biggest fans. They're not your biggest supporters sometimes. So you got to find the tribe, blood related or not. You've got to find your tribe. I always like to say, surround yourself with people moving in the same direction as you, because you'll go farther that way. And whether those are complete strangers right now, but that's a good one, Mari. All right. So before we move on, we got to do our product spotlight. Okay. I want to show you guys something cute I came up with, and we'll see if this works. Are we ready? Let's see.
Welcome to the Besitos Beauty Product Spotlight.
Chicas, Unfiltered. Let's go.
All right. Oh, where are we at? Where are we all at?
In the dark.
Oh, where did we all... Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we'll edit that out. We'll edit that out for Roku. That was a little quiet, so we're going to have to turn the volume up on that, but that's good. So this show is brought to you by Besitos Beauty. And yes, I happen to be the creator and founder and owner of Besitos Beauty. So I'm a what do they call that? Multipreneur or entrepreneur of like multiple things. But yes. Besitos Beauty, guys, I chose this product tonight because it's called Do It All spray, and meaning DEW, but we got to do it all. And it's an actual setting spray, but it's really cool because it has this, actually, I'm going to love you guys, but I'm going to put myself big here.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to put myself big here because we got to show the product, but check it. It's got like gold infusion.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that?
Ooh, nice.
And so what that means is it's called Do It All. It's a setting spray. And guys, I'm just going to let you know, if you spray this on your face after you put some makeup on in the morning, you could like go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and everything still looks great. And I ain't even exaggerating. But you would take it and you would just shake it up. It's got the little ball in there because of the little gold pretty stuff. Now the gold is not going to like show up as like gold splashes on your face, but you would just spray it. Nice and light. Carry on. It's got a really soft scent to it, but people always say like, "Hi, your skin always just looks so great." Well, I actually do setting spray, and I'm just ready and good to go for the day. So, where do you get that? Number one, we're going to show our little banner here, besitosbeauty.com. But I have a little secret for you. Every single person that you see on this screen today, let's go ahead and bring everybody back up. See, I'm getting good at that. You can contact them. You know, Christina, she's a Besitos Beauty bestie. Christina has a code that's going to save you some money if you want to place an order. Yara is on the Besitos Dream Team, so she's got product on hand. She could get to you right away. Contact Yara. And Jessica, actually, through Flairwear Boutique, has 2 unique colors that are brand new to her shop, but it is Besitos Beauty. So, oh, you showing them there? Yeah.
Yeah, I have them right here. I had to put lipstick on earlier.
Love it. So this just goes to show you guys, this is a company that was created to bring community together. I'm not on Amazon. You're not going to find us all over the place. You will only find Besitos Beauty through me and through the people that are connected through us, because it's really about confidence, color, but community. And that's really big to me. So that's our product spotlight. Woo, 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 woo.
And I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It smells amazing. It's light and airy and refreshing, and I use it every day. Love it.
I'm so glad that you said that, because you have one. And Christina, your package is en route. Like, Christina's got this huge Besitos, like she'll be set, you know, she's got this. And Yada, I think yours is coming too. So I think I'll have to check. If not, there's one coming to
I
you.
got the message that is on the way, so yes.
Okay, good. So definitely get with them if you are interested in anything Besitos Beauty. I will put the other thing that we are clean ingredients. We are vegan, gluten-free, paraben-free, animal cruelty-free, and our lipsticks are coconut oil free. There's no coconut oil. And the only reason I speak to that specifically is because somebody actually asked a question. They're allergic to coconut oil, and coconut oil is found in a lot of products. And so they're not able to usually wear lipstick, and they've been able to wear Besitos Beauty. So that's exciting. So, okay, guys. So as we get ready to wrap up, if 2025 actually taught you anything, and maybe this will tie into your word for 2026 if you have one, but if it actually taught you anything, what is that lesson that you can share out to our viewers? Because maybe they're in a dark space, maybe they're in that place that they're thinking, WTF, God, like, what is going on in my life? So if you can think of a lesson that you've learned, and maybe that is why your word for 2026 is what it is. Anybody want to share that?
You know, I have not picked my word yet. And I've been thinking about it. I've really been thinking about it. But I think the biggest lesson for me is just to share with everyone to keep going. And it's as simple as that. It's like, I have, with the experiences that I've had, and you know, the way that they make me feel, it's like, okay, I don't want to feel this anymore, and how can I fix it? So, you know, I'm always optimistic. I always try to be as positive as I can with my circumstances, with my environment. But there's so many things that I have experienced that should have destroyed me, but they didn't, because even though, you know, my body took a toll, I got really sick. I mean, there was a lot of things that happened. I just kept going, because you have to show up. You have to show up for yourself. And I had to show up for my little one every day. Yes, you get angry. Yes, you get frustrated and you want to cry, and, you know, but the thing is that you can't stay there. You have to keep going and try to be as positive as you can, and think about the blessings that you have every day. if you can focus on that, and just wake up every morning and tell yourself what it is that you're thankful for, how can you live in gratitude for a moment, and what can you do for yourself to be able to feel as present as you can with the time that you have. Like for me, I love getting up at 5 a.m. every morning to have my cup of coffee. So I will sit in the dark in silence, drinking the most amazing cup of coffee, by myself before my little one wakes up. So that's my thing that I give to myself every day. So, and that's what that's what helps me to keep going. So I think that if you could do that for yourself, find that one thing that, makes you happy and do it for yourself every day, and, make it a point to be intentional about it. And, things look better when you start out doing something that you love.
I love that. That's great. That's a great piece of advice for somebody that is tuning in. What about you, Christina?
My word is obsessed, because I'm going to be obsessed about everything. About my morning devotion. I'm going to be obsessed about my follow-ups. I'm going to be obsessed about, my desire to bring people in to help them. I'm going to be obsessed about it all. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to dive in all the way, 100%. And I did pick my word a couple Saturdays ago, because someone said, Christina, you just have to get obsessed about it. And once you're obsessed about it, you're going to have this obsession. You're going to, have this feeling that this is the way you're going to run things, And it started with my gratitude folder, my gratitude notebook in the mornings, ever since I even picked that word, and it's not even 2026 yet, I've been obsessed with it. Like, I need to get 10 things that I'm grateful for, start my day that way. And when I do that, my day just flows so much easier when I think about those things that I'm grateful for,
That's beautiful. I mean, that is beautiful. That's even like just a task for people in the morning as they get up and they have their coffee, having that notebook that's like 10 things I'm grateful for this morning.
I don't even touch my phone for the first hour. My first hour is devoted to my journaling, my prayer. I go to God with what I need. I go to him with thanksgiving. I go to him with adoration. And then I give him my supplication. I give him my prayers, and I have a list of prayers, because I have women that come to me and say, I need prayer for this, my grandkids, my kids, whatever. Because, adult kids need prayer also, more so than when they were kids. Right.
Yeah.
So I have a prayer journal, and I journal every day, and I started that since the day I picked my word 2 weeks ago, which is obsessed, obsession.
But I love it.
Into 2026, obsessed about, being intentional, making my gratitude first thing, So that's my word, and that's what
I love it. That's awesome. And in fact, I think with the 10 non-negotiables to building your dream, becoming obsessed with it is one of them. And alongside with that commitment, basically you got to marry it. You got to let it know that it's number one, like that nothing else is going to come along and like be better. Like that's it. That's what you're committed to. So I love it. Marry your dream, peeps. What about you, Jada? What are you up?
You know what I was thinking right now, Jessica? I think maybe your word should be assertive.
Assertive.
Oh my God. I think we definitely all align, because for me, if I every morning when I wake up, before I leave my room and I finish my routine of getting ready and all of that, and having my time with God, going through my devotional and the rest of the day and journaling. Like, if I don't do that before I open the door in my room and leave my room, my day it just
Yes.
feels different. And I don't even look at the phone. Like I know I have messages. People have called me and everything, and I have it in DND. So I am not done with my routine and my time with God. I just don't look at the phone. I don't reply to nothing. I just don't, because it takes me off. It messes me up. It really does, right? So for me, I want to continue to do that. I actually want to spend a little bit more time. I'm actually gonna take your idea, Christina, and write more, make it more of how you say that, consistent, to write my what I'm grateful for every morning. I'm definitely gonna add that. But that's for me. That's what it is, and also having giving myself some grace based on what 2025 has been for me. Giving myself
I love that.
a little more grace.
I love that. And just by hearing that, like this is where my brain never shuts off, because I'm like, ooh, that'll be a good crowned agenda prompt. And like I'm thinking like how we start our day. This needs to go in the next round of planners. Like, oh gosh, I need to just shut my brain down a little bit. But for me, since my word is alignment for 2026, the difference about me, and I'm okay with it now. I've stopped trying to change myself because books say it needs to be this way. My quiet time is at night, when the rest of the house goes to sleep. And I always get a second wind. I always do. So I'm always up late. So mornings, I kind of, since I have my own schedule, I just kind of, I'm not too harsh with myself in the morning. But in the evening is when I know everything's calmed down. That's my time. So that part is a little different. Morning times, I'm not a morning person. And I'm okay with that. It took me a long time to be able to say that. But alignment, what's that?
I'm a morning person.
Are you? Yeah. Yeah. I am not. So that's why you guys wake up and have messages from me.
Yes.
Because mine come at night. But for me, it's alignment. And the way that I am learning to stay in alignment is through the lesson that God gave me when I was writing Crowned by Faith, and that is looking through the lens of God's love. And if I can see it through his eyes and through his love, that'll tell me where it goes in my space of alignment. And that's the lesson that I'm taking in to 2026 alongside my word, alignment. So yay. And Nikki says, my biggest lesson this year is inspired by Mel Robbins' let them, theory, letting go of things out of my control. Amen. Let them. All right, guys. So as we get ready to wrap up, I just want to say thanks for sharing your hearts with us tonight as we wrap up our season of 2025 of Chicas Unfiltered. We've got some great things in line for 2026. And just, if you laughed with us, cheered with us, clapped with us, or you're catching the replay, let us know that. We'll be here in 2 weeks. We're here live every other week. And how do you get entered in the drawing to win a $5 Besitos Beauty gift card? Well, number one, you got to comment, which means you show up. Make sure you subscribe to Prospera TV Network on YouTube. Even though we are on Roku, we want you to download the app on Roku. Actually, do that. And then, what else? And share it out. Share this with your friends. Share this with your girlfriends. Invite them to the next live episode. Let's have some fun with this. Let's talk about the hard things, but let's remember what it is to have sisterhood and just have fun. So anything you guys want to say to wrap things up?
Yada, I was going to tell you that Bob Proctor, change your Paragram Change Your Life. That's a good book. That's where I got the 10 gratitude, writing down your 10
Thank you.
gratitude.
I think I've heard of it. Well, I'll definitely take another look. Thank you so much, Christina.
Yep. Good deal. All right. Anything going once?
Just thanks for
Holiday.
Thank you.
yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank
I
you.
love being able to do this. It's so much fun to be able to just share and real talk with everybody.
Yeah, share and real talk, and that's the thing. Many people, how do you want to say? Many people try to make all of these things type of perfect, and it's just real. We're all just real people. You know what I'm saying? So just show up and do the thing, and I hope that we create that environment for others to just show up and be part of it with us. So, all right, Yada, anything last?
Nothing. I mean, I wish everybody happy holidays, peaceful, and give yourself some grace.
Yay. All righty, guys. Love you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And before we sign off, I got to play our video again because they're just too cute.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Chicas, Unfiltered. Let's go. Red lips on, lights down low. We don't hide, let the realness show. Every chica got a fire inside. Tonight's the night, no compromise. Ooh, corazón, feel the rhythm take control. Sisters rising, breaking chains, unstoppable. Chicas, unfiltered. Dance it out, let the world get lifted. Chicas, unfiltered. No mask, no fear, we're gifted. Hands high, corazón, let's ride. Queens of the night, can't hide this vibe. Lip gloss, tequila shots, we laugh, we cry. Turning heartbreaks into battle cries. Glow so fierce, we set the tone. Unapologetic, we own the throne. Dale, dale, move your body. Sisters rising, nobody can stop me. Chicas unfiltered, raw y bonita. Power y fuego, nuestra vida. Chicas.